Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We talked the whole night through. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Blue Witch Presents Coffee Break, like the influencers. Coffee Break with Laura González. My name is Laura González. This is the Coffee Break. And we're going to be doing tarot today. Um, it's Friday, and as every Friday, we're going to be doing tarot readings. So we're going to pull two tarots like oracles, but are tarot cards. So we're going to use the B Tarot by Christopher Hughes. And we're going to use the Unbridled Spirit Tarot, which is has become one of my very favorite decks. And we're going to pull a card from the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot as well. And let's start with the B Tarot. Why not? Hello, Luna Mystica. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Salud. And let's see what the B Tarot has for us today. All right. Let's shuffle a couple of times. Wake up the cards. Tell them good morning. There's a little mosquito in my office. It's not a mosquito. It's one of those like fruit flies. They are really wild this year, the fruit flies. All right. Let us breathe. Hello, Abby. My love, my darling. How you doing, Abby? Okay, let's take a deep breath. One more. Breathe with me if you want to. Let's do one more one. We ask the divine to let us see what we need to see and that information be used for the greater good. And so it is. So we have one card and two cards. We have two cards from the B Tarot. I'm a B. Ooh, we have the World and the Two of Wands. Very interesting. It's all about exploring and making those decisions. I like to start Friday with the World. So the image is this young man levitating above the world. And the message will be the message. I need my glasses to read the message, otherwise I cannot see. So the World is telling us a period of intense work, preparation, or study is finally going to pay off, and you have reached a point of reward. The reward is a sense of peace and contentment that comes from having worked hard to achieve your goals. Take some time to pat yourself on the back and celebrate. I think we have this last week or on Wednesday. I don't know, but we continue the celebration. A period of intense work, preparation, or study is finally going to pay off, and you have reached a point of reward. That reward is a sense of peace and contentment that comes from having worked hard and achieve your goals. Take some time to pat yourself on the back and celebrate. And the second card that we have is the Two of Wands. These ones, Two of Wands. Here it is. This is the guy from the Two of Wands. And he also came right side up. So if you are faced with two options, do not be incapacitated. This card asks you to be strong and take dominion over your decisions. It does not mean you are leaving something else behind that will catch up with you later. Hello, La Dancy Nancy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, making decisions, like I said, if you are faced with if you are faced with two options, do not be incapacitated. This card asks you to be strong and take dominion over your decisions. It does not mean you are leaving something else behind that will catch up with you later. So I remember when TED Talks were about intelligent people talking about intelligent and smart things. Hello, Encantos de Yari. How are you, my love? I watched a video a long time ago about making decisions. And this person was precisely explaining about making hard decisions. Not the decisions that are between $5 and $500. That's easy. But the decisions that have probably the same intrinsic value and we don't know where to go. And what this teacher was explaining, this person in her realm, teacher in her realm was explaining at the tech talk, was that when we're faced with those kinds of choices, that when both choices are really good and we don't know, there is not an obvious benefit from choosing one or the other, that then at that moment we have to foresee, we have to project which choice can I see myself maintaining for the next 10, 15 years? Which choice can I make my own? It's not about which is best for me, it's which one can I maintain as the best. And I know it sounds a little, excuse me, confusing, but it makes sense, like it's not about what the choice, how the choice brings you benefit at this moment, but how the choice will benefit you as you work through it, as you make it work for you. And when you know you can make it work for you, it really doesn't matter which one you choose because you are the one that is going to make it work. Interesting, interesting. Anyway, salud. I hope you all are drinking coffee. What are you all drinking? Coffee, water. I just had some cereal because I woke up starving. So I had to have cereal. And let's see what the next two cards have for us. Now this is going to be my personal interpretation. We are not reading from any book. And we have Mindful Male Massage. Mindful Male Massage just joined, and La Dancy Nancy says she's drinking tea. Woo! We have two major arcana cards. I am even losing my voice. Two major arcana cards. Quite interesting, because we're talking about celebration and making the right decisions, right? So the first card that we have is the Hermit. We're getting ready to hermit season, right? Fall and then winter, at least here in the Midwest in Chicago, sends us on hermit mode. when the sun is setting at um, when the sun is setting now at 8, it was setting at 8:15, and in winter it sets up at 4 o'clock. You know, mindful mellow massage. I have to check you out where you are. Please tell me you're in Chicago. So the hermit, right? The hermit is telling us, A, keep quiet, keep things to yourself. It's okay. It's okay to be in a self concentration mode, self focus. It's not about being selfish, uh, but it's about knowing self. And it's not about loneliness, very different from solitude. This is a card of solitude, of reflection, of introspection. Methinks if the other two cards were telling us about success and a task that is finished, that we might now be encountering making a decision for where we're going next, what are the next tasks or whatever. And this introspection will help us, basically sit with it, see where we're going, what are the pros and cons, how can I make the decision work for me, right? And excuse me, if you are not a person that is encountering having to make a decision right now, it's just an advice of going withdraw, solitude, self-reflection, pause, meditate, look within, look inside, find the truth of you inside of you. The truth of you is not going to be found reflecting on other people's eyes, voice, uh, behavior, you know. Mm. Is Tessa, old username, little ad. I did a show with you when I was making selling jewelry, but now I'm focusing on massage. I am in Chicago, into locations on Ravenswood and Beverly. DM me, we can set up an appointment. Yes. And okay, so Tessa, mindful mellow massage. You know what caught my eye that you put mellow in there? Because yes, mindful mellow massage. And Guadalupe Pita, Guadalupe Pita Martinez. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The second card that we have today is the card of death. No, the card of death is not talking about somebody's gonna die. Nobody's gonna die. We're not talking about actual death. If you go to a tarot reader and they tell you that the card of death signifies that somebody's gonna die, run, because they don't know what they're doing. Who said that? Anyway, deep transformation. Deep transformation, right? There are parts of us that don't serve us anymore and we ought to left behind, and new parts of us that we have found shiny and new, and we are invited to implement in our lives. So this card comes out a lot for people who um, just graduate or are getting married or have become pregnant or have just given a baby, given birth to a baby, or a person who finds a new career, or quite literally a person that had a breakup or a separation from their job or their former partner, and they are no longer going to be the wife or the spouse of, the boyfriend girlfriend of, or are now going to become mom or grandma, or it's about new beginnings, and how those new beginnings transform you from the inside out, kind of like the butterfly caterpillar effect. I know it sounds very cliche and I use it every time, but if I had it my way, my tarot card for death will be a butterfly, right? Because it's that processes of the transformation, um, of understanding that you are a caterpillar, understanding that you have to go in a cocoon, right? That you become goo, And after that process of knowing what are you made of, then you come out as a butterfly. Makes lots and lots of sense that we have these two cards. Mind you also that these are the cards that I'm giving you the interpretation, and it came as two major arcana cards. When we have a two card pool and they both are major arcana, it's like the divine was not seeing if they reach us. It's like they wanted to make sure that we got reached and that we understood the message. So I hope that message reaches you and serves you and heals you in whichever way you need healing today. We have more cards coming up, but I want to tell you something, a little commercial real quick. Part number one is that this Sunday, the 17th, we are very happy because we're going to be at PACH, Pilsen Arts and Community House on 18th Street. We're going to be reading tarot there from 2 to 6. Live sign up around 5 p.m. And there's going to be a sign-up sheet, first come, first serve, starting at 2 p.m. And um, fair prices, right? A $20 pool, a $30 pool, or a $50 pool. $50 being the one that I do for $85 normally. So if you are in between abundances and want to get a reading, this is the time to do it. Come to Mindful Baking Cafe on Sunday the 17th from 2 to 6. I will be signing people up and reading right away at 2 o'clock. And I will leave at 6, having the last sign up around 5, 5:15. Depends on what people want. And we're going to do that monthly. We're going to be monthly at Mindful Bake, pardon me. We're going to be monthly at PACH, Pilsen Arts and Community House. Pilsen Arts and Community House, or PACH, on 18th, right across the street from Panaderia Nuevo León. We're very excited to be partnering with PACH for the tarot readings. And then on the last Sunday of the month, on the 24th, the first Sunday of the month, we have our community circle. And I'll tell you in a minute what the community circles are about. We're going to pull two cards from the Unbridled Spirit Tarot. I love this deck. Love, love, love it. Can't wait till December when I'm interviewing the girls. So we have the Queen of Wands. That's what she looks like, the Queen of Wands. Una charra. And then we also have the Queen of Swords reverse. That's interesting. I wonder what these two ladies have to say for us. One right side up, one reverse. So this is the Queen of Swords reverse that we had today. Let's see what they have to say for us. Ouch. So, Queen of Wands, right side up. She's beautiful. Self-assured and in command, or charra executes a flawless slide in the charra puntas event. Though fierce at times, her sense of honor and drive to make sound decisions makes her appear this way. With her warm and sociable nature, it's hard not to be charmed by this powerful woman. With the spirit of the Queen of Wands on your side, you will make successful and sound judgments, knowing you are in a position to inspire others. Like her fiery charra, put your whole heart into everything you do and don't settle for less. How interesting! Because we had a card about making decisions, remember? So, chronologically from the first card, the world tells us we finished the one task, let's celebrate that. Then we have the Two of Wands that is telling us, now we have no decisions to make. Makes very much sense, it's very sound. Then the Hermit is telling us, let's introspect, trying to make a good decision. Then Death tells us, but we have to transform in order to make that decision. And then comes La Charra to say, but I got you. I'm going to help you make the decision that is best for you. With power, with charm. Self-assured and in command, or Charra executes flawless slide in the Charra Puntas event. Though fierce at times, her sense of honor and drive to make sound decisions make her appear this way. With her warm and sociable nature, it's hard not to be charmed by this powerful woman. With the spirit of the Queen of Wands on your side, you will make successful and sound judgments, knowing you are in a position to inspire others. Like our fiery Charra, put your whole heart into everything you do and don't settle for less. Reassuring us too that when we put our hearts into the decision, it can be a bad decision. So, let's go to the Queen of Swords reverse. Why does my voice does this when I'm doing the coffee break? I don't know. I've been talking already with my husband outside, and now my voice is doing this. So this one came out right side up, or reverse, or like they say here in this book with blinders on. When the spirit of the Queen of Swords is reversed, you are dealing with someone who is having trouble communicating clearly. They might be confused, misinformed, or even feel the need to be dishonest to try to cover up their lack of understanding. Take care. They might become critical and cold towards others, lashing out in frustration. Work with them to gain clarity and common ground before proceeding. When the spirit of the Queen of Swords is reversed, you are dealing with someone who is having trouble communicating clearly. They might be confused, misinformed, or even feel the need to be dishonest to try to cover up their lack of understanding. Take care. They might become critical and cold toward others, lashing out in frustration. Work with them to gain clarity and common ground before proceeding. You know what makes a lot of sense to me? When we have a clear, decisive, charming queen, that will be an aspect of us while we make these decisions and turn into our new life. But the Queen of Swords can appear also being doubtful, being indecisive, and being feeling powerless or insecure. And because we are not reading for any of you specifically, these two queens are representing the two sides of us, right? Two qualities of us that can come up. So if you are faced with making very important decisions this weekend, listen to the Queen of Wands, find security and charm, and when the Queen of Swords comes from inside of you with doubt, trying to be deceitful or trying to deceive you, right? Like imposter syndrome or something like that. Remind her who is in charge. You are in charge. You hold the reins to your own life and your own destiny, nobody else. And I know, I hate that I have to mention, right? Times are tough and we're basically living inside of a wannabe dictatorship and things are not certain for any of us. Even more so if you're brown or indigenous or migrant, things are really hard. But that doesn't mean we're gonna stop living our life for their benefit. Because if we stop feeling joy, they win. That's why our joy drives them crazy. They recoil on their own hatred when we have joy. So I'm not telling you to be reckless. I'm just telling you to continue having joy, especially if you're brown or black or indigenous or migrant. We're going to do a Halloween oracle because I do what I want. But I want to tell you about the community circles, guys. They're really good. Please, please, please don't let the opportunity pass you by. They are online. They are confidential. They are unscripted. They're not recorded. It's a one-time experience. You come, I give you a prompt, and based on that prompt, we share. Sometimes, though, the prompts are irrelevant. People come ready to share about their experience. They come to share, to be witness, whether their joys or their sorrows, or challenges, or anger, or whatever they want to share. And we are there mainly to hold space and to listen. We don't get together to fix anybody. We are not there to give advice. We are not giving advice. We're no therapists. We're there to listen and to keep the secret and to hold space for people, which is so needed in this time because of the Nazis. Who say that? Anyway, and they are sliding scale. You can pay $13, you can pay $20, you can pay $26. If you have it on you, if you have a good job, if you have abundance in your life, pay 26 and you're helping the person that is paying 13. If you are not with high abundance at this moment, pay $13. And if you are right in the middle, then you pay 20. And then everybody gets the fair share. And I promise you, there's nothing more therapeutic than sitting in a circle with people and sharing, right? All right, folks. So this Sunday at PACH, next Sunday, Community Circle. And then September, of course, comes with all the monthly events, right? We're going to have readings at PACH. We're going to have the Oracles Lab. We're going to have the Cihuateteoh, the Colonizing the Goddess. We're going to have the Community Circle, etc., etc. You know, rinse and repeat, no month. But let's do one Halloween Oracle card for y'all. Ooh, we have the werewolf. This is Halloween. This is Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. So, hello, Luna, Blue Visions, and Morena. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You come right at the tail end of this episode, but you came to see the werewolf. Oh. The werewolf is a kind of shapeshifter, but one that has traditionally had little control over his wildness. In a way, an inner battle between civilization and wild animal nature fights inside the one body. The vitality, strength, and freedom of the animal versus the reason, control, and intellect of man. Which one, though, is the dominant force? What is the healthy balance between animal nature, or one that is wild, free, and connected to nature, and a radically civilized humanness separate us from dominant over nature? The werewolf asks us to consider this balance and to delve into our own ideas of wildness, independence, and custodianship of the planet. When is the last time you spent all day outside? When is the last time you threw your head back and howled at the moon? Do you quash the vitality and curiosity of your body and mind by sitting all day in front of a computer? The werewolf challenges you to weave a balance between nature and your own nature. Ow! It comes with an affirmation. Luminosity triggers it. A wild moon rises. Pain and blood and fangs, fur and howling, and wolfen guises. I'll read again. Luminosity triggers it. A wild moon rises. Pain and blood and fangs, fur and howling, and wolfen guises. Oh! So, I will be seeing you on Monday And my name is Laura González. You can find anything and everything about me and the things that I offer at bluewitch.org. If you want to tip me today, Venmo at bluewitch, Cashapp $0 bluewitch1, Zelle bluewitch at bluewitch.org. And if you want to hire me for a private session, you can find me at bluewitch.org. Booking. I do tarot. I do all kinds of stuff. Tarot, Reiki, mainly, dream interpretation, etc., online and in person, cleansings, etc. Until we meet again, you are loved. Bye bye.